Hi friend, today is day 26, FYG and GYG, find your gift and give your gift, 33 days to a more joyful life. If you would just start with me on this beautiful day by just taking a time with me for 3 breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just allow yourself in these 3 breaths to set aside your spinning mind, what's happening after this, the squirrel in the tree and the dog barking, whatever's going on. Just allow your mind to settle, knowing that everything you're worried about or everything that hurts or everything that's late or everything that pulls you every way is still going to be waiting for you after you take these few breaths for yourself. So just honor your body in this time with me. If you would close your eyes and uncross your legs, put your feet down on this beautiful earth that supports us without us having to do a dang thing about it. Put your hands down on your legs if you'd like to feel more grounded, and palms up if you would like to receive. And we'll start in through our nose, out through our mouth, in through our nose, out through our mouth, in through our nose, out through our mouth. Fantastic. I observed while we were breathing, the squirrel was actually talking. I don't hear squirrels talk very often. So it was interesting to hear it yelling at my barking dog or shouting hello to me. I'll take that instead. So I'm excited that today, you guys, that I've implemented this chew and digest. Because I have realized through this process that we are taking some big ass bites, some big emotional bites, some big bites every day. And if we don't take time to let them settle, to chew them a little bit, to swallow them and let them start to take a hold in our body and to fill us and to nurture us. And I just think it's so important. You can call it rest and recover, but I like chew and digest. Today we're going to be doing just that. So we are going to be going over a few of the things that we've already talked about. And if you would, just have your journal open. Just have it open. If it doesn't stay open by itself, set something kind of at the bottom of it that's heavy that can keep it open, and have your pen close by. And anything that pops up in your mind, if you want to type it onto this a comment onto this video, that's fine, or you can just jot it down in your journal. But I think so often things pop into our heads that are kind of cool and that come up when we think about something and we allow our mind to open. Something might just jump forward, excited that you're paying attention to that way and you're ready to hear it. So you can just jot it down if something pops forward for you today. So looking over, we're going to look over 3 things that we have just taken bites of, and one was connecting the dots. Connecting the dots. If you have not watched that video, please do so, because I literally think that we have, and as we go, we're like little kids and we have like a giant loaf of bread and we're just pulling one off and dropping it and pulling one off and dropping it. As we go through life and all these different, from the playground to home, to our friend's house, to school, like we're just dropping these breadcrumbs all over. And we can come as an adult and look back down from today, looking back, and start to notice all of the breadcrumbs that we've dropped. And as we go to pick one up of a kind of life-changing moment, you don't have to eat it because it might be stale, but if your imaginary bread loaf is fresh, eat the damn bread if you like it. Unless you're on a no-carb diet, then just put it in your bag or something. But you can turn around and have a look at all the breadcrumbs that you have dropped for yourself, for your adult self, that you now get to turn around and look at, right? Because you've already lived those moments. We have explored them in the Connecting the Dot video to start looking at those moments that were pivotal. And those include heartaches. Those are my favorite moments to look back on, are the ones that were filled with heartache, because those are the ones where usually we get the wind knocked out of us. We fall down, we catch our breath, and then we stand back up. So if you can think about turning back and looking at all the breadcrumbs. Oh, there's one when my 8th grade teacher told me that I was a great dancer. And I really didn't feel seen or heard in my home. And I had low self-esteem. And that teacher saw me in such a way that it twisted my life into a new direction. And I started doing dance more. I ended up majoring in it. And then I got into musical theater. You know, whatever it is, whatever the pivotal moments, when I became the first girl president of John Deemer Elementary School, was a pivotal moment because I was struggling at home. And I felt unworthy and I felt like no one saw me. And then I realized, oh, without even really realizing it yet, I can overcome these thoughts. I can overcome this story. So look back, connect the dots, pick up the breadcrumbs that you have left for yourself. So when you look back, there is not an empty slate there. So if you are in this process in week number 3, I think we're at the end of week 3, if you are still thinking, I don't know what my gifts are, you're holding on to some stuff that's been holding you back for a long time. Allow yourself to let that go. Allow yourself to say, I'm going to openly and freely, with grace and ease, look at all the dots I have done. And with each dot, I'm going to see who I was, what I learned, what I got from it, what my gifts were that I persevered at. Start to allow yourself to see the work you have been doing. Showing up every day in life is the work we are doing. That is why we are here, and you have been doing the work. Sometimes we're sleepwalking, we don't really notice it, but we're not anymore, we're awake. So we can look back on those things with really rich knowledge and acceptance and gratitude and get the nuggets of them. All right, so connecting the dots is fun. And if you have any big feelings that came up through it, just be gentle with yourself and realize that you are no longer that little girl who had that abuse. You are no longer that little girl who didn't feel seen or heard. You are no longer that little boy who never got his daddy's attention, right? We were that a long time ago for me, but we're no longer that. We still hold some of those hurts, but let's just realize they're hurts. They're not who we are. And then look freely back at your life and pick up the breadcrumbs, connect the dots, and fill your basket of knowledge with who you are from the experiences that you've had. It's like a little picnic. You get to fill your picnic basket with your breadcrumbs and your knowledge, and then you get to carry that shit around. Be like, look how great I am. Look at my basket. Connecting the dots. Okay, self-honoring choices. Even saying self-honoring choices makes my body relax, because that is making a conscious decision, a choice, which that's all we have in life, is how we choose to show up, how we choose to react to or show up for any situation, how we choose to navigate it. If we're going to be mad and hurt our bodies, if we're going to feel bad and scared and hurt our bodies, or if we're going to show up present in the moment and being mindful and just dealing one thing at a time as it arises and not looking at the whole big basket, just one thing at a time. And self-honoring choices also are so huge, because you are creating your life. You are creating your roadblocks, your obstacles, your foot being stuck in the cement. You have cemented your own foot there. And the beauty is, with a change in perspective, a reframe of an old story, throwing away a story that no longer serves you, you can have freedom. You don't have to stay stuck anymore. That's an old, tired story, and we're way past that. So just acknowledge yourself that you are making self-honoring choices. You are cutting the dead weight and letting it fall aside. You are getting honed in and clear on why you're here and what you're good at and what your gift is to share with the world. And as you do that, you will just organically make more self-honoring choices. I can clearly remember back when I used to gossip with one person, the day I really felt my body and was like, gosh, this doesn't feel good. And I told that person, I can no longer gossip with you because I'm making healthy choices for myself. And that person basically flipped me off and was pissed off and felt like I left them or betrayed them, but that's theirs to work through. I have to only worry about me and my moving forward and my healing and my setting boundaries that allow me to be self-honoring to myself. So be your own best friend, be your own advocate, be your own healer, be your own decision maker. Just a really clean, fresh, empowering way to move. And remember, if anything's coming up that you're thinking about, or a friend that you just shed, that you just let organically fall away, which is a blessing to the both of you, because she gets to watch you evolve, and you can maybe be giving her a gift. It's like, as we shine bright, we allow others to do the same. And another one that I love is the idea that these, I really do enjoy how mine is getting more and more crazy every day. At least it's going back still. That these are temporary, and that these are glorious. These are just little houses for our soul, so we can maneuver on the planet and not get thrown, into some ET thing. If we look different, we all have to kind of wear these same earth suits here. So look at your earth suit right now. Take a look at it. Is it super skinny and needs some nourishment? Is it super big and it needs some health? Is it just about right and you're going to acknowledge yourself, that you're taking care of yourself? And by the way, none of them's good, none of them is bad. Everything is just for our awareness. Our bodies are amazing, right? They can be our allies and our best friends, even when they're aching and they're hurting, because they're still trying to talk to you. Like, hey, I'm a part of you too. Don't forget about me. So as we just remember that our bodies are our friends, and the more we listen, the healthier we will be. Yeah, and I think too, it's like so often people focus on exercising, working out, doing my Botox, or getting my hair colored, or all of these things are all external, right? But we know that the most important work we are here to do is here, near our soul, near our heart. And when we are working here first, and this is the foundation we move forward, I have found that the more I focus on here, even though I like to still get Botox and my hair highlighted or grayed out or whatever I do now, the more I'm moving from here, the more all of the other things fall in place without me trying. The more I'm not drinking so much. When I'm not here and I'm in here, I get drunk and I act like an ass. When I am closer to here, I have a couple drinks, maybe get a little tipsy, but I'm still in my body and I'm still connected to who I am. So as I'm closer to here and I'm not drinking as much, I'm not eating late night. I'm not as tired in the morning, I can exercise. I'm not as grumpy with my kids because I'm more relaxed and in shape and healthy. So it really is, you guys. Deepak Chopra did say that the greatest thing, I asked him in person, I keep saying this quote, Deepak, did you actually say it? And he said, yes, I did. But he said it in a really funky way, so I kind of navigated through what he said because he talks kind of up here. But anyway, I have found when we do this work, when we quiet our mind, when we meditate, we diet, we eat healthy, we drink healthy. I cuss a little healthier. So it's like all of the things that I thought I had to twist or tweak or, no, they fall into place when you're making self-honoring choices. And I am going to meditate. I have not been doing it every day. I've just been using, well, I'm doing this, that's something, but I really need to quiet my mind. So I'm going to say, even with my self-honoring choices and my body awareness, that I'm going to commit to 20 minutes a day. I mean, holy hell, it's not that long. But it is life-changing because it affects everything else you want to do. Weight, drinking, relationships. Such an easy tool that we're too busy to do because we got to diet, we got to exercise, we got to do all the things except the one thing that we don't need to do all that for. I'm talking to myself here. I'm lecturing myself a little bit. You guys, we have 1 week left. Okay? Think about that. We've got 1 week left of these videos. So here's the deal. Know that every single answer you need for your entire life, even for things that haven't happened yet, are inside of you. You can access that through being mindful, being quiet, meditating, moving from your head to your heart. Every single thing you need is right there. So you can say, I have all the answers within me. I am committing to quieting my mind, to hear them, to know what my next steps are, to know what direction I should go in, to know which gift I should give all my attention to. You know it all, right? Our spinning brain is like saying, you don't know it. You're confused. You haven't done the work. You didn't watch all the videos. Bullshit. You got it. You've got it. Here's what's coming up in our final week. We are going to be celebrating ourselves, acknowledging our accomplishments. We are going to be honing in and finding clarity. Clarity is like you're a surgeon with the knife right before surgery, and you know exactly on the body where to go to make the incision, to open it, to get exactly what you need. So that is how we're going to think of clarity. Clarity is your tool to actually cut and make the time and do the exact thing you need to do. When you're scratching your head and you're using your story, you're not quite sure, you're going to spend another year there, okay? So allow ourselves the gifts of holding the knife that can make the exact incision where we need to. That we have that. We are our own surgeon. We are our own healer. We are our own doctor. We know where to make the incision. We know where we can pull out the gems, polish them off, and share them with the world. I like that doctor analogy. My dad was a surgeon. I used to love to watch him operate. We are going to create a life's mission statement. Right? And I'm excited about this. This is something I could do a whole 33 days on. But we're going to do it in one day, but I'm going to give you a little jump start. I'm going to tell you what mine is. I'm going to tell you a couple angles to get at it. Because when you have your life's mission statement, you know where and why you're going everywhere. And nothing is allowed in your space that doesn't forward you on your mission statement. It's really neat. It makes making decisions like this. Does it support my mission statement, moving it forward? No, done with that. And we're going to declare our gifts. We're going to declare and own our gifts, and we're going to commit to using them. And even if you don't think you know what yours is, you're going to declare something, and you're going to commit to using that. And when you do that combination, it's going to move you closer and closer and closer to being paid for what you love to do, which is what's happening with me right now with you guys. Okay, guys, this is the big leagues. We are in the big leagues. We're in the home stretch, the last week coming up. Allow yourselves to be a big leaguer, not in your old stories, not with your feet stuck in the ground. Okay, you are worth being all that you were created to be. My quote for today is, I acknowledge all of the answers I need for my entire life reside within, and I commit to hearing them. You're going to commit to hearing what is waiting inside of you to hear. I'm going to let go of, I don't know, I'm too busy, got a lot on my plate. I don't mean to brag, but I got a lot on my plate. I can find the time, you can find the time, okay? Excuses are something. Excuses stink. Everyone has one. No, excuses are something. Everyone has one and they all stink. My dad said that, but he's a squirrel now, so I can't ask him. Okay. God, thank you for our life. Thank you that with simplicity we can turn around and look at it and see all the amazing work and things we have done, we have overcome, we have learned from to get us exactly where we are today. Let us see our glory, God, and let us use what you have given us with courage and bringing more light and love to the world. Amen. Thank you guys so much. Tomorrow is day 27, entering into the final week. I look forward to it. Now go out today and kick some ass. I'll see you later.